Hi Facebook friend, this is Robert coming to you again. Just kind of adjusting it here to see if I can get the best lighting for myself. So again, once again, this is Robert coming to you live. We're going to continue on our topic on how to change your life. I just want to give a big shout out to anyone and everyone who might be coming on live. I'm coming on a little earlier than usual because I'm actually in a different setting tonight, so I'm able to come on earlier than I usually do. But anybody who's coming on to see my live, welcome. And I just wanted to say if this is your first time seeing my live video, just give a 1 in the comment. If it's a second time, a third time, or you see me a couple of times before, just put a 2. Just asking you up front, and probably at the end of this video live, I'm gonna ask you just for 3 things, just 3 simple things you can do for me, please. 1 is to click on the like button. 2, share this video, and 3, just leave a comment, any kind of comment. I highly appreciate your comments, and also your feedback. It's very, very valuable to me. It's nice to know people watching these videos, and it's nice to get feedback, nice to see people's comments. So I really appreciate you doing that. Tonight we're just going to get right into today's lesson, because again, when I'm doing these live videos, I try to keep it to I try to be time sensitive about these videos. I try not to let them be too long. So I just want to get into it, and tonight we're going to continue, as I said before, about how to change your life. How to change your life. We started this mini series a few days ago now. We're on part 5 on how to change your life. Part 1, we said the first thing you got to do when you want to change your life, you got to get serious. You got to get serious about it. The second thing we said, you got to commit to change. You got to commit to change. The third part, we said you got to get smart. Get smart. And the fourth thing we discussed last night is you get going. Become a person of action. So that's how you do it. And now we're on to part 5 on how. Hi Lindsay, thank you. Part 5, how to change your life. We're going to talk about. Hi Lindsay, thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining me in my live. We're going to get right into today's topic. Today's topic is going to be your attitude. Develop a winning attitude. Now, I would be amiss if I did not include this as a topic on how to change your life. It is so important. Your attitude can make or break you. Your attitude is a determining factor in whether you win or lose, whether you achieve success or whether you achieve success or you fail. Your attitude is the determining factor in whether you get ahead in life or if you stay in a mediocre lifestyle. Your attitude makes a difference, and I would be amiss if I did not include this as a topic to discuss when discussing how to change your life. So this is part 5 of the How to Change Your Life series, and we're just gonna get right into it. Now I'm gonna do a few quotes. I got us a few quotes from people like Albert Einstein and Zig Ziglar and Winston Churchill, famous people like that. I've got some quotes from them concerning attitude and how important attitude is. So I'm going to read some of these quotes for you, but then we're going to talk about 5 enemies of attitude, and then we're going to talk about 5 ways to develop a positive attitude. So let's get right into it, because again, I want to be time sensitive concerning these things here. So your attitude, not your aptitude, determine your altitude. I think that's a direct quote from Zig Ziglar. Your attitude, not your aptitude, determine your altitude. A positive attitude causes a chain reaction of positive thoughts, events, and outcomes. It is a catalyst, and it sparks extraordinary results. Next quote here. Sorry. Let me just drink some water here. Sorry, excuse me, guys. Kind of clear my throat there for a little bit. So, ability is what you are capable of. Motivation determine what you do. Your attitude determine how well you do it. I'll read that again because that's so good. Ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do. Attitude determines how well you do it. Develop an attitude of gratitude. Give thanks for everything that happens to you, knowing that every step forward is a step towards achieving something bigger and better than your current situation. It's not a great quote from, I don't remember who that quote is from, but that's a really good quote. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing that we can do is to play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. You know, your attitude, this is not a quote, this is me just talking here. You know, your attitude is one of the few things you and I have. We have just a few things in our lives that we have total 100% control over. There's a very few things we have total and 100% control over in our lives, and our attitude is one of those things. There's not too many things that we have total control over in our life, but our attitude is one of those things we have total control over. We can determine whether or not our attitude is going to be good or bad, negative or positive. It's all up to us to control our attitude. So I just want to throw that in there. That's from me, not from a quote. Your living is determined not so much by what life brings to you as by the attitude you bring to life. Not so much by what happens to you as by the way your mind looks at what happens. It's not a great quote. Your living is determined not so much by what life brings to you as by the attitude you bring to life. Not so much by what happens to you as by the way your mind looks at what happens. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. It's not, I think that's also from Zig Ziglar. I'm not sure. But attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. You have to have control of it. We have control of our attitude. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Let's dwell on this one for a little bit here. Let's talk about this something. If you don't like something, change it. So what is it? What is it in your life that you don't like? Is it your current financial situation? Is it your job or career? Is it your business? Maybe you're trying to start a business. Is it your relationship? Is it your marriage? What is it you don't like? If you don't like it, change it. If you can't change it, then change your attitude. It's that simple. Because when you change your attitude, you will change the outcome of that situation. If you don't like your job or your career, change your attitude towards it. If you don't like your relationship, your marriage, change your attitude towards it. Just change. If you can't change the situation, change your attitude, and in doing so, you will change. You will change. I remember I was just listening to earlier today. Actually, I was listening to Zig Ziglar on YouTube. I was watching a YouTube video of Zig Ziglar, and he was just talking about attitude, and he was telling this story about this lady who came to him, at the end of one of his talk. He's just finished giving a speech, and she came up to him, and she was complaining about her job. And she was saying, oh, she hate her job and the people that works at her job and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, Zig Ziglar challenged her to write down 10 things that she likes about her job. Anyway, she did it. She hesitantly did it. Anyway, sometime later, I think it was a year or so later, Zig Ziglar was back in that same city, give a speech. At the end of that speech, the same lady came up to him, and she was told, he said she was such a different person. He hardly did recognize her. But she came up to him. She said one of the first things she said to him, and she came up to him, she said, you wouldn't believe how much those people, I mean the people at her work, have changed. She thought it was the people that changed, but in actuality it was her. She changed because her attitude towards her job changed, because he helped her to look at her job from a different perspective, a more positive attitude perspective. So she thinks that they changed, but in fact that she was the one who changed because her attitude changed. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw in that little story. I thought that story was goes on well what we're talking about tonight. So whatever situation you're in, if you can't change it, change your attitude towards it, and you'll see a difference. Adapting the right attitude can convert a negative stress into a positive one. I'll say that again. Adapting the right attitude can convert a negative stress into a positive one. For success, attitude is equally as important as ability. I'll say that again. That's so true. For success, or even for failure, if you're going to experience failure, attitude is equally as important as ability. You might have the ability to succeed, but if you don't have the right attitude, chances are you will not succeed. So those are all the quotes that I want to quote for you guys. Those are awesome quotes. But now let's talk about the 5 enemies, or the 5 weeds that grows in the garden of your attitude that you have to weed out and take out. First one is worry. Worry. When we worry, it affects our attitude. We worry about the circumstances. We worry about things in life. We worry about this, that, and the other. Worry is an enemy of your attitude. If you want to have and maintain a positive attitude, you got to get rid of worrying. Worrying affects your attitude in a positive way. So worry is the first enemy of our attitude. To have and to maintain a positive attitude, the first thing you have to battle against is worry. The second thing you have to fight against to have and maintain a positive attitude is doubt. Doubt. If you're the kind of person that doubt everything and everyone, you have a doubting type of mentality where things have to be proven to you before you believe it. You're kind of person moved by your 5 senses. You doubt everything. If you're that kind of person, you're doubting things. Sometimes there are things you just got to take by faith. And there's some things you just got to have a good attitude, even if you don't have all the answer and you don't know everything. You just got to take some things by faith and have a good attitude about it. So doubt. Get rid of doubt, because it affects your attitude in a negative way. The third thing we have to war against, where our attitude is concerned, is fear. Fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of the future. Fear of whatever. Fear of safety and stuff like that. You got to get rid of fear. fear will bind you. It will affect your attitude in a negative way. It's one of your enemies of your attitude, of a positive attitude. Get rid of fear. Stop fear. I think one of these quotes up here goes hand in hand with this one here, with fear. Listen to this quote here. I'll read this one over again. Your living is determined not so much by what life brings to you as by the attitude you bring to life. Not so much by what happens to you. See? Not so much what happened to you. Sometimes that's what we're afraid of. We're afraid of what might happen to us. You know, the fear of the unknown, fear of the future. It's not so much what happens to you as by how your mind looks at what happens. Stop being so fearful. Get rid of fear. It's an enemy of your positive attitude. The fourth thing that we have to fight against and get rid of is pessimism. Pessimism. When you have a pessimistic attitude and an outlook on life, you're the kind of person that see the glass half empty instead of half full. You see circumstance, you see a negative, you see failure as a final. You see failure as failure instead of an opportunity to learn. See, that's what failure is. Failure is just an opportunity to learn. But when you're a pessimist person, you see failure as a final. You see it as a negative thing instead of looking at it as a positive thing. A positive flip side to failure is an opportunity to learn. But a pessimistic person only see the negative failure. You see yourself as a failure, the circumstances as a failure, instead of looking at it as an opportunity to learn something new. Or you look at the kind of people that look at the glass half empty instead of half full. So pessimism, get rid of that pessimistic attitude or mindset that you have. If you do have one of those mindset, get rid of pessimism. And the last and final thing you have to battle against to have and maintain a positive attitude is indecision. Indecision. When you're not quick to make decision because of fear, doubt, worry, and pessimism, you're not quick to make decisions. Sometimes when you're not quick to make decision, you pass up on opportunities. Opportunities comes your way, and you pass up on the opportunities because you're indecisive. You're indecisive, and that's an enemy of your attitude, because all of these 5 things affect your attitude in a negative way, because you're looking through a negative glass. You pretend you have like I wear glasses, but pretend that I'm going to put my glasses on and just pretend that my glasses is a negative looking glass, and then when I put it on, all I see is all negative things, right? All negativism. Everything I look around I see is all negative. But when I take it off and I see all the positive things in life. So when we have a negative glass, looking through the glass of negativity, that's all we see is the negative things. We got to put on a positive glass and see only positive things, and that's where our attitude comes in. Our attitude can work as a looking glass we put on and see the positive things in life. But again, our attitude is one of those things, one of the few things we have that you and I as individuals, as human beings, that we have total and complete, 100% complete control over. There's not too many things we can say that about, but our attitude is one of those few things that nobody can take away from us. Nobody. They can put us in jail. They can lock us up. They can blind us. They can rip us, take everything away from us, but they can't take away our attitude. They can't take away our attitude. You can have everything lost to you, everything taken away from you, and you can still maintain a positive attitude. It's all up to you. All up to you. So now let's go on and talk about 5 ways. I'm not going to say this is only 5 ways. There's many ways you can have and maintain a positive attitude. But there's these 5 things I came up with. There's 5 things, and I'm sure there's lots of other. There's lots more that he can do, but let's just dwell on these 5 things for now. Five ways to develop and maintain a positive attitude. 1. Have a morning routine. Have a morning routine. How you start your morning, or how you start your day, sets the tone for how the rest of the day is going to turn out. The first few minutes when you wake up, when you get out of bed, sets the tone for how the rest of the day is going to turn out. So, have a morning routine where you do something that sets the tone for the rest of the day. And one of the best suggestions I can have is spend a few moments, a few seconds even, half a minute, just having an attitude of gratitude, just going through a list of things you're grateful for. Thank you God for this day. Thank you for your blessing. Thank you that I woke up another day and I slept through the night peacefully. Thank you for my family. Thank you for my job that I wake up. I'm gonna have to get up early to go to this job. Thank you for my job, my source of income. Thank you for my kids. Thank you for my car that I have to go to my job. Thank you, I'm not taking the bus. I'm gonna have a car that can drive to work. Thank God. Just go through things that you thank. Thank you for my health. I went to the doctor today to get a physical checkup. They say once you're over 40, and I'm over 40, so we say once you're over 40, you must go to a doctor to get a physical checkup at least once a year. So today I went to my doctor to get my yearly checkup, and he gave me a clean bill of health. Thank God. Thank God for that. And I thank God for that. Thank God I have a clean bill of health from my doctor. He said you just gotta cut back on your sugar. Go easy on your sugar, because you don't want to get diabetic. And I don't want to I'm not diabetic. And he said, cut down on sugar. Don't use too much sugar. So that's one thing I have to look out for. But other than that, he gave me a clean bill of health, and I thank God for that. So that's one way to start your morning routine. Just go through a list, a mental list, even if you want to have a written list. Just thank God for things that you're thankful for. So, number 1, have a morning routine, and how you start your day affects the rest of the day. 2, smile. Smiling is contagious, and smiling will give you an instantaneous boost to your attitude. I'll say that again. Smiling will give an instantaneous boost to your attitude. One of the way, if you're feeling down and not in a really good mood, one of the best things to do to boost your attitude is just to start smiling. Just smile. And one of the things to do, try smiling for a minute, and by remembering something. By thinking back to something memorable, a good memory thing, or something that makes you smile. So just smile for a minute, and just kind of that time, just maybe close your eyes and think of something that made you smile, or a good memory, and just spend a minute just smiling about it, and that will give you an instantaneous boost to your attitude. We're talking about ways to have and maintain a positive attitude. Number 3 is take responsibility. Take responsibility. At any moment, your attitude can be that of a victim or that of a creator. The first step you need to take to shift from victimhood to creatorhood is to take responsibility. Here's the attitude of a creator. I'm going to say 3 things. The attitude of a creator. I create my life. I am responsible for me. I am in charge of my destiny. See, when you're a creator, you have a creator mindset. That's how you think. But when you're victimhood, when you have a victimhood mentality, you're blaming other people. You're blaming the circumstances. You're blaming the government. You're blaming your job. You're blaming this, that, and the other. When you have a victim mentality, you have a blaming mentality. But when you have a creator mentality, you have a responsibility mentality. because you realize that you're responsible. So take responsibility and stop blaming people and circumstances. 4, be proactive. Be proactive. A reactive person allows others and external events to determine how they will feel. A proactive person decide how they will feel regardless of what may be going on around them. I'm going to read that again because I want you guys to get it. A reactive person allows others and external events to determine how they will feel. A proactive person decides how they will feel regardless of what may be going on around them. So a proactive person are not moved by outside circumstances to determine whether or not they're going to have a good attitude. They have made up their mind ahead of time. I'm going to have a good attitude no matter what. No matter what happens, it's not going to affect my attitude. That's being a proactive person. And 5, the last one, again, these are just 5 that I came up with, but it could be, there's many more, I'm sure, of how you can have and maintain a positive attitude. 5, focus on the good. Focus on the good. In order to have a positive attitude, focus on the good. Focus on the good in yourself, the good in your life, and the good in others. I think that's such a key thing. In order to have a positive attitude, focus on the good. Focus on the good in yourself. I'm going to stop and dwell upon this one for a little bit. Focus on the good on yourself. A lot of time we're our own worst enemies because we're so hard on ourselves. We look at the thing that we don't like about ourselves. We look at our failure and our mistakes that we do, and we don't think much about ourselves because we're so focused on the negative things about ourselves that we don't like about ourselves, and so that affects our attitude towards ourselves. And so that's why I think it's so key to us for focus, instead of focus on the negative things about ourselves, to focus upon the good things about ourselves, and then it will change our attitude about ourselves in a positive way. Focus on the good in your life. Another thing that another area that can affect our attitude is when we focus too much on the bad things that is going on in our life. We focus on the things that we don't like that's going on in our life. It could be your job, could be your marriage, could be your relationships, could be your car maybe broke down, but whatever the bad things that are going on in your life, you kind of focus on those bad things instead of focusing on the good things. What are some of the good things that are going on in your life, that's happening in your life? Focus on those things instead and have a good attitude towards it. So focus on the good, not on the bad. And then it said focus on the good things in others. Focus on the good things in others. And as a husband, I have a wife, married, and sometimes I myself are challenged with this one. Sometimes it's so easy to look on the bad things. Like my wife, just like everybody, just like myself and everybody else, she had her little bad habits and little things that nags me and kind of tick me off sometimes. And sometimes I find myself focusing too much on her bad qualities and not enough on her good qualities. And when I'm focusing too much on her bad qualities, it makes me have a bad attitude towards her. And so I have to kind of remind myself and say, no, don't focus so much, and you will get more of what you focus. Exactly, Lindsay. Exactly, you get more of what you focus on. Amen to that. And so I had to change. I have to make a conscious effort to change my mindset towards my wife and say, no, let's focus on the good things about her. And when I do that, my attitude towards her changed in a positive way. It's amazing how that happens. But, I'm just human, My wife is just human. She's not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, right? But we have a tendency to always want to focus on the negative things about others. Whether it's your wife or a husband or your co-workers at your job. Like that lady that I told about with Zig Ziglar, I told her the story about that lady. She didn't like her job. She didn't like any of her co-workers. She thought they was the problem. It wasn't them that was the problem. It was her. She had the negative outlook, right? And just looking at, negative things. But change your perspective. Look at the good in others. Look at the good in others. Everybody have good qualities about them, no matter who they are. Could be the worst jerk in the world. They still have good attitude. They have good qualities about them. Try to look for the good in others. Okay? Okay. Oh, I feel like I need to get off my soapbox here. Yeah, thanks, Lindsay. That is so true. Thanks, Lindsay. Yes, and you get what you focus on. Yeah, you create your own economic and stop watching the news. Yeah, that's right. Daily affirmation, yes. Thanks, Lindy. I really appreciate you coming on and watching with me and participating. I see all your little notes here. I just didn't want to lose my train of thought, so I couldn't want to stop and read what you were saying. So that's why I didn't really quote. But now I'm finished now, so I can read what you're saying. You have the best co-workers, business partners. Yes. Yeah, so as I said, I'm finished now. That was it for tonight. The lesson 5 is on attitude. Thank you, Lindsay, for saying that and killing it. Thank you. So again, this is such an important key to your success, to you changing your life for the better. And in this series, I had to include this topic in the series, how to change your life for the better. If I did not discuss this topic, I would be robbing you by not giving you all the information you need on how to change your life. This is a very, very important topic in this series. So I would say probably the most important one. So again, a recap. So far we talk about get serious. The first part 1 we said get serious. Part 2 we said commit to change. Commit to change. You have to commit to change. You want to change anything in your life, you have to commit to it. With part 3 we talk about get smart. Always have a learning attitude. Always be willing to learn. Never pass up an opportunity to learn. Always be willing to learn. And part 4 we said get going. Become a person of action. And then today we talk about attitude. Develop a winning attitude. Attitude can make you or break you. It's a determining factor between you succeeding or fail. You winning or lose. Or you get ahead in life, or you stay in a mediocre lifestyle. Your attitude is a determining factor in that. So I hope you get something out of this tonight. Thank you, Lindsay, for joining me tonight. And if I did say something that inspire you, motivate you, encourage you, just please leave a comment. As I said at the beginning of this video, please like and share. Oh, Lindsay, you want to? Well, part 6, I'm probably going to talk about goal setting goals, because that's a major part of changing your life. A lot of people probably going to talk about goal setting. I know there's 2 other topics I want to talk about. One is goal setting, and the other one is mentor. The importance of having a mentor or coach in your life. So those are 2 topics I want to talk about. So tomorrow is probably going to be goal setting, and then the next night we talk about mentorship, having a mentor. If you want to change your life, you need to have a mentor, accountability partner, someone help you along the way, right? We all need help, right, Lindsay? You agree with that? Waiting for her to respond. She said yes there. Yeah, people need to join our team. Yes, that's right. We need to join our team. Lindsay, in this business that I'm in this business with Lindsay. She's one of my mentors in this business. Actually, she's my only mentor, because she's the one I turn to for help when I need help. She's the one who got me doing these live videos. So, see, Lindsay, how far we've come with this live. Yeah, you got me doing these live videos, and now I'm just doing them because I'm enjoying doing them. Actually, I'm enjoying doing them. I like this. So, and I just figured out this the other day that how to upload these videos onto YouTube. So I've been this series, How to Change Your Life, part 1 to 4, on YouTube now. I've loaded them up onto YouTube, and tonight I'm gonna upload this one up to part 5 onto YouTube now. So I figured out how to do that. Someone helped me to figure that out. So I've done that. So if you want to watch part 1 to 4, other than on my timeline on my Facebook, and I also put them in different groups too in Facebook. But if you want to watch them, go on YouTube. You can find them there. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here for tonight. Thanks again, Lindsay, for coming on, and whoever else is watching. Appreciate it. Please like and share. Yes, that's right, Lindsay. Please, if you want more information about the business that we're in, Lindsay and I in, it's called the Easy Digital Profit Network Business. If you want to know more about it, please drop me a comment in the comment line, say more info, or just request it, and I'll be more than happy to send you more information about it. So yeah, if you want more information, please. That's what, if you notice, I said hashtag 30-day EDP 30-day challenge. That's what this business is for. Oh, hashtag fire your boss. Yes. Yeah, that's right. Hashtag fire your boss. So yeah, you can just put that in the comment line. Hashtag fire your boss, and I'll be more than, I know that you're seeking information about the business, and I'll be more than happy to send you a link that has a video that you can watch and get more information on that. Okay, so that's gonna be it for me for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow night. In the meantime, you take care. God bless you. I love you. Thank you for watching. Peace. Robert out for tonight.